looks okay in the driveway, but I'm gonna be going from this to this. I think this will look just fine in the driveway.
In this video, we go over some of the upgrades we did to our truck just to make it a lot better for camping. Like this DUHA Under Seat Storage system. We're in love with our console vault. This safe is awesome. The deck drawer system is just perfect for bringing all your tools and camping gear and whatever else you might just need. We show the mileage we get while we're towing about 9,500 to 10,000 pounds. After towing about 10,000 pounds for 2,500 miles, did we burn any oil? Let's not forget the retractable tie down anchors. Was the dash cam we chose worth the $100 it cost? Yeah, let's check it out. Alright, compared the features, no extending mirrors for trailering, no setting your phone down and having wireless charge, no pushing a button and dropping our back tailgate, no leather seats. There was like one or two other things. You remember what they were?
The seats are different.
Center console's different. But I'll say this SLE is really nice.
It is nice. There's a lot of room in it.
It drove really nice. Definitely would do the job. I love the truck.
I love the dash too.
Oh yeah, and I think like here, these mirrors don't light up. So the SLT package just above this one offers some of those things, but at a cost, what they're showing us today, about 6,000 bucks. So to stave that off, this truck might just do the job.
Little bit different of a configuration. We have the bucket seats in the SLT. So you have a big console in the middle instead of the seat. A huge storage right there. Outlets, plug a computer in. If you need to charge anything like that. Let's give her a whirl. We like the SLT. We decided to park it right next to the SLE. We like the color of the SLE. Like that gray, but the SLT just has some features that we like. I like the seat better. It's a little more comfortable, but I do like the 60/40 bench in the front of this one for the extra person. But it doesn't have that little ladder on the tailgate. Console's different. It doesn't have telescoping mirrors, which I think that could be important for back in a trailer end. So that's what we're looking at. There's a white one in there, but there was something going on with the console, so they ripped it out and they're fixing it. We might hold out for that. See what happens.
Well, I'm driving Tina's new truck. Got the camera mounted up and just wanted to mention a few things that she said was important to her. And basically her wording was she wanted a truck that would just be a truck. So she didn't want a lot of fancy gadgets is what she was saying. So when we did our research based on what we knew and the price points and everything, this GMC Sierra, they're offering us a 2025 2500 SLT. No moonroof. We did not want a moonroof just because I'm so tall. We wanted comfortable front leather seats. We got that. We wanted a big display for navigation. So when we're driving all these places and it's coming up from our phone, we could see it real easy. We want a good towing capacity. No frills in the engine. That was important for us. So we did not want where our lifters would turn off. So the active fuel management or anything like that, dynamic fuel management. I know a few of the manufacturers have that. This got the 6.6 liter gas in it. Says it tows spec-wise up to 16,000 pounds. It's got nice off-road package, X31, which changed the shocks, gave you some skid plates, maybe some tires, and a little decal. Not much, but rides a little stiffer than what you'd be used to in a 1500 or half-ton series, but this truck should serve her well. The seats maneuver well. The radio's got a Bose system in it, so it sounds really good. It's easy to drive. Just the kind of thing I think that be perfect for what we do. This truck price with the incentives and everything. On the lower end models for the GMC Sierras, they were offering big incentives. For the Denali's and AT4s, they were not. This price was $65,000. So just under, is like 64 something, you know, that was the price. You know, the sticker on it was quite a bit higher than that. But with the incentives and everything, that's where it ended up. So they did a nice job. It's nice and clean, full tank of gas, all the gadgets are here, up and running. As far as floor mats, the antennas on, we have some trailer tire pressure sensors in here we can install, and we also have a adapter for our trailer hitch that takes it down from a 2.5 to 2, so it should work just perfect. And gotta say, I just love that the bed, like the bed has already got a spray-on liner in it, so don't have to worry about that. So far the drive home in this thing's been excellent. This truck was made in Flint, Michigan. Not too far from our house. Drive through it every time we go on a trip so far up north. Gotta love it.
Join us as we take our new truck along on our adventures and see how it holds up. And we'll find out firsthand how we like the GM. We hear a lot about GM versus Dodge or Ford. Let's see how this one does. Let's go on an adventure in this 3/4 ton truck with our toy hauler and see where we can go.
Let's go over the upgrades we did for the truck. We got the cap. It's an ARE MX series mid-rise. They said at the dealership I went to, of all the brands they carried, that was the highest we could go for this size truck. Took about 7 weeks to get it. The cost of it was $3,100. Side windows open. There is a light, kind of a designer dark window there, but you can't see through it. It's the interior of it. Lights there. It does have a brake light on the back. For us, this should work real nice for keeping our stuff dry, secure, a little more anyway while we're out camping. Okay, truck cap. Upgrade number 1, $3,100. We're not including taxes or installation fees on any of these prices. All right, let's address the oil burning issue, if there is one. I've heard it, so I want to at least address it. I got just about 2,500 to 2,600 miles since the last oil change. I had it parked in this exact same spot when I checked it right when that oil was changed. It was about 3/4 of the way up the dipstick. Very clearly, let it sit. We're gonna check it. It's been towing right around 9,500 to 3,000 pounds most of that 2,600 miles. Maybe 100 to 200 miles of it wasn't towing. So most of it was towing it, tows it pretty easy. But let's address real quick what the oil's done in about 2,600 miles of towing about 10,000 pounds. Let's check the dipstick. All right, let's see where it's at. See if that camera will pick that up. So it's just about 3/4 still. That's what it looks like after about just about 25 to 2,600 miles. Most of it towing. Still seems to be, I would say, right in the same spot. So I don't know if that's the full test, but so far so good. We actually wanted a little more storage under our seat. So we ended up putting in the DUHA Under Seat Storage. You go to their website, DUHA. This was $161. The factory one came where it cuts off here. The advantage is you have a lot more room if you want to set a big cooler or anything like that on this side. We just didn't have any storage at the time, which now we do, of course, but we still do like it. We can fit a lot more under here. So you can see what we have there. And then when you just kind of simply put your seat down, there you go. You can kind of see. Take the 2 nuts off of that. Put you there. Should slide off. It's catching right in here. Right here, actually. Okay, there it goes. So this is the size of the storage we had. You know what we got to do? Let's go set this next to the new one. Take a look at what we got. Here they are side by side. You got some padding on the bottom. Got your gun racks in there. Looks like there's some instructions underneath the padding. But you can really see the size difference. So this is going to be so nice for storing. Wow, that fit from the bolts, just flawless. Come let you get a closer look, but here, put this seat down. That's what we're looking at. Nice fit. Box says made in America, came quick, got it on sale, nice sale. Show you the tag and how this is fitting right over everything. All right, got a little storage going. That's her complaint always. She doesn't want all her stuff rolling all over the place. So stuff's been thrown back here. I could actually take those bags she had earlier. I think they'll actually even fit under here. This side wiggles a little. You can actually wiggle the mats. So I know it says you may have to cut them. We're gonna leave it like this for now. Just kind of see how it goes. You can see. There's the company name, how it fits and how it looks from out here. After towing about 6,000 miles, on the low end we're getting about 5.5 miles per gallon, and on the high end we're getting just about 6.9 miles per gallon. Now that deck drawer system been sitting in our garage. We got a ladder for our camper, and that's the amount of space we've got. So we've been a little tight. It's time to take a look at these drawers. Get ready to get the truck, put them in the truck now, but you can see it's been tight. Been like this about a month. We were waiting to put the drawers in till we got the cap on. Cap went on about a week ago, between three, 4 days and a week ago, and weather was cold, so today's our first warm day. So I'm gonna see about cleaning that out real quick. Should be pretty clean in there, and popping those drawers in. Gotta say, came pretty neat. Deck company uses a special shipping setup and comes pretty neat. So this is us just opening the box up. There's your instructions and everything. Appears to be pretty neat. We do have a little accessory pack I'll have to go grab, but let's get started with this. Opening up the accessory box, tie downs, wheels, bolts, nuts. Still what it looks like in there. We're installing this on a 2025 GMC Sierra 2500, the HD. So that's what we have here. There's a lot of videos on installing this, so I'm just going to touch up on it real quick. We'll see how it goes. I got help around, so I don't have to do any lifting. Just piece some stuff together, have someone else help lift it in, and everything in here already looks familiar from just watching the video. There's not that many loose parts. Well, we're about half hour to 45 minutes in, getting the tools. Not really too complicated. You're just putting the big two side pieces on, not putting the middle piece yet. Now it's D-ring time. These are some accessories I bought extra. There's the two drawers, some of the drawers that it came with. It's time to put the D-rings on. It says 4 corners, most people do, but I did get some extras, so I'll be putting them all on. Big box is empty. I just got everything kind of laying around up here. And then that's the step of the instructions I'm on. So far, pretty simple. Couple drawers laying there. Just a few little parts, the tedious parts to put together. I've been taking my time, stopped for a few minutes, so now I got them put in the back. It's kind of what it's looking like so far. And the drawers aren't in yet. I just did all the screws down the center. You put the left side and the right on the center thing, screw it down. That's where I'm at. I'd say it's a 2 to 2.5 hour project. I haven't had to do any lifting. Someone else came out and popped it in there for me real quick, which helped. I did have to take out this here on this truck has a handle for climbing up and down here on the back. Had to take that out. So far, pretty good. Everything's lined up and it's been fairly good. Quality product. Well, just over 3 hours. Waiting for some help here and there too. Get your 4 covers for the stash bins on the side. You got 2 big ones, 2 littles, which is going to be the littles go over the wheel wells, but the bigs go with them. So it doesn't come with all you need for that. Drawers work really well. Pretty easy with that. I have locks for these, so I didn't put those in yet. And then on these, you can see right there, that's just rubber inserts. They give you those for those too if you did want that. So it wasn't too bad. Lined up pretty well. Didn't have too much problem. And this is some of the extra. Some of it came with, and then I bought 2 things. I think I bought this big thing and an extra toolbox, and then it came with those. Also put in the decked drawer system. So here, you can see that. This is some of the extras we have. We got the battle mat as well. Took about 2 hours to install. Wasn't that hard to put in, believe it or not. My daughter came out and I asked her for her help. I turned around, she had it up there. Only thing we had to do was wiggle it into place. It's like a little bit of a puzzle in the middle. She actually put it up there by herself. And it's reasonably heavy. It came in like kind of 2 to 3 pieces that way. So for this, we did get some extras. We got the battle mat up top. See there? And you can see this. These are the stash bins. And if you look here, you'll see the stash bin hanging down. We did get extra for the sides. We got the locks. This is extra. Where you can just kind of pull that in and out. I think that came with it. It was this and this. We got an extra toolbox. So total for the deck with the mat and all of our extras, we spent $1925.75. Doesn't count any type of shipping or taxes. That's for everything. That was the battle mat, all the extra drawers, locks, extra D-rings. We have 4 D-rings on each side. Normally it comes with just 4 total. So there's each corner plus 2 in each middle. You can see the mat there. So we got the decked drawer system, all the extras was $1925. All right, heard some stories. Some people say the Zerks on the front of their trucks are not greased. So checked mine out. I felt some of them were perfectly dry, so clean that it was possible they weren't greased. There's 9 of them up front, 3 on each side, 3 in the center. There's a few videos showing right where they are. Get your grease gun out. If you have a hard time getting any, just turn the tires. Turn the tires to the left or to the right. It moves the Zerks a little bit one way or the other, make it easy to get to. Because if it's turned all the way one way, one of the Zerks ends up right in a really tough spot. Simply turn the wheels, get under there, grease them up. Just make the rubber boot that you're putting the grease into move a little bit. Remember, there's 9 of them. Take the skid plates off. That's our experience. Whether it was done or not, I don't know. But if I were you, I'd take a look at them, even if the truck's brand new. All right, so we're going to get in the back of the truck and show you our retractable tie downs. This is the brand we bought. There was 4 in there. And in the back of this, there's 9 of them. You can see here, I can't get to those 3. Same on the other side. Can't get to those 3. Could probably cut it out, something like that. But I wanted somewhere to put down our traction board. It's secure, just got a couple of straps. And then you can see here, there's 3 up front, but they fit fine and they're retractable. So you just pull it out and it stays, or you push it in. Super easy to install. I think these ones are rated for like 2,000 pounds of pressure. So this gets these out of the way, and I've needed them a time or two, so there's no really going out to the woods without them. So we got 3 installed. There's 1 in the middle, 1 on each side, and I had 1 extra. So we got the Tiger Racing ones. I'm sure it was Amazon. Super easy to purchase, put in, install. You can see that's really it. Just kind of goes in, and then it is retractable or not. I could cut these plastics if I wanted to, I think, and still put them there. But as you can see, we have D-rings all around. We have 4 per side. I'm not going to go through that trouble. So we just wanted something to tie some stuff down in the front that I don't hopefully need a lot, but I do want to have with me. So these retractable D-ring tie downs have been real nice. Retractable tie down anchors. So far, so good. We have the console volt for the 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD SLT. Let's open the box. Make this quick. But it comes like that. Directions right on the top. We'll go through those in just a second. Oh, that's it. Pretty simple. I believe it's going to be drop in. Let's go check it out in the truck. All right, we're inside the truck. We open the console. I'm hoping to put this tray back in. These 2 side pieces just pull out. There's a rubber mat at the bottom. Holding the camera with one hand and working with the other. You just pull the rubber mat out that comes with it. See the 2 bolts down there? They're 10 millimeter. We just take those out. Along with these, the safe should drop in, put the 2 bolts back in, and we're done. These just pry out. So we'll pop both of those out, hoping to put these back in. Okay, we'll put I just put an extension on the socket. I gave it a little loosen just so I could twist it with my hands. See there? It's like that one. And again, they weren't even that tight, so it was just I almost could have done it without the socket. So we're only a minute or 2 into this. Let's pop these bolts out. Look something like that. Put it into the cup holder here. And then we got something like this. Same deal, other side. Do we have washers? Looks like we do. So we're going to pop those washers out, or do we leave them? I'll get a better look at that. We do have washers down in there. Look like they're specific to stay down in there, so I'm going to leave them down in there. Let's go grab the volt, set it in. Okay, here's the volt. Gives you an idea. It does have like a little space there. I'm going to open it. It has a little button right here. It comes preset. You push the button in, twist it. Now it unlocks. I'm going to grab it just so I can set this down in there. Oh, it fits nice. I did get the extra magnet. Give you the pricing on everything I've bought for this truck. So we'll put the magnet in too here in just a minute. But kind of check that out. Pretty nice. Gives you an idea of what it looks like. Getting ready to put the bolts in. You can see the 2 holes down there. And put the pad and I'll show you the magnet in just a minute. Okay, that one's good. Don't want to over tighten it. Just did the deck drawers, and they reiterate over and over again, do not over tighten them. So that's beat into my head, which is good. I will tend to over tighten and break things. There's what it looks like before I put everything in. It has the factory code still on it. So you can see it just spins freely. Doesn't budge, not a lot of room around the sides. Pretty secure. When you get it sideways, just like this, sitting in the driver's seat, you push this button in and twist. And that's what it looks like. You can see the 2 bolts down there. All right, we're going to drop the mat back in there. Won't see the bolts now. Nice soft bottom. Kind of what that looks like now. Just covered up the bolts. It's not the same one that came with the truck. And then I'm going to try to put these side pieces back on. I'd really like to have that drawer still, or tray up top. So we'll see if they just pop back on the way they say they do. If they do, that would be just perfect. Both of these side pieces just pushed back on pretty easy. So that was one of the questions I had, was would this still fit? You can see that's what it fits. That's it actually done, other than me setting the combination. So you take your tray out, there's your volt, push this left button in, twist it. Now it's unlocked, pops open, plenty of room in there. Let's put this magnet in there. Console volt, this is the magnet. Just kind of unfolds here. Couple of screws. Not sure exactly what we use the screws for, but it does have sticky tape there on the back of this, and that's it. So you have this, has a couple of screws here. We'll take a look in there, and then it has this 3M tape on the back, so I'm assuming you stick it in there. Hold anything that's pretty strong. You can see, here we go. I mean, it's holding this easy, but it's designed, I'm sure, to hold anything metal, any of your guns, knives, anything else, even tools or anything you just don't want to flop around. Might even hold keys. There it is. It's in there, factory code. Push this, twist it, pops open. This does fit on top. It kind of seems to hit the knob just a little, but nice for keeping certain things in there. Any valuable, you just want to not have to watch super close, and not just leave laying around. So nice for whatever valuable you want. Fits right down in there. Tray still fits on it. The tray does seem to bump just, I mean, it's hard to tell. It's so close, but not much of a bother. You lose your storage space, but you can put some stuff down in the safe as well. You don't have to only keep valuables in there. All right, there's our sun visor mat. I just laid it on the back just to show what it looks like. but it is custom for this truck, fits just perfect. That sun visor mat, $110. We have our dash cam, the Rove R2-4K Dual. Got it on sale. I'm only going to hook up the front camera, so I'm going to just kind of wire it in and ditch the wires back down along this, up across the top, down the side, and then be able to plug it in. This on sale was $99, so we're going to have the dash cam. That's the last thing I got to do to install. And there's the dash cam installed. Ran the wire along the top. Very careful through here, making sure we didn't get near any airbags or anything. Back underneath, and then it just kind of plugs in there. Comes with these little clips that you can kind of see there, and it's pretty neat, and maybe took about 40 minutes considering I don't know what I'm doing, and looks great and has been working well and easy to use. For $100, can't beat it.
Here we are pulling in a Tally's Bar and Grill in Lewiston, Michigan. Gotta get a Tally's burger when you're in Lewiston. The footage looks a little grainy. We'll mess with it as we go. Looks much better on my phone when I download it. Maybe just need a little practice getting it to the computer.
If you made it this far, thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to like and subscribe. One last thing I wanted to mention, towing, because we're towing this thing. We have the 6.6 liter gas engine in this thing, and it did a great job towing. One thing I wasn't really used to was some of the revving going uphill, but I think I'll get used to that. It is hard to pull into the gas station though, pulling the camper with it. You know, those gas pumps aren't really far apart. Been a great truck so far. Thanks for tuning in.